Yo, like, this is like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory full of niggas. Like, hi, my sunshines. It's DA time. And today I'm gonna do like a little bit of everything. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a story time, and I'm gonna give y'all like a little how I feel, how I'm doing a little bit, because I'm feeling like a little like my mood has been like a little down, like a little bit, like I don't know, like I'm feeling like a little like not discouraged, but it's just like I feel like I could do more, like a little bit. Like, you ever feel like you're doing it, like what you need to do, but you're not doing enough? That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I should be getting out of bed more and stuff like that, recording my videos, but I feel like I'm being lazy and I'm staying in the bed more. So I promise y'all that my next video that I will be out of bed, because I don't know, like my mood has just been down and I've been in the bed, but I'm gonna be out of bed. And I think another part of the reason why I've been in the bed is because my hair is not done and I'm just sick of this bun like in my head. But yeah, but today, sunshines, I'm gonna give y'all a story time about college. And y'all, if y'all ever been away in college, y'all gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, y'all gonna know what I mean. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. Like, if you know, you know, for real. But if y'all haven't been away in college, like, it's okay. You might still know what I'm talking about, because you don't have to go to college to have fun. In the college, like, that's where people get it fucked up at. Like, you don't need to go to college to be in the mix, like with the college kids and with the college parties. Like, people get it fucked up. You don't need to be on campus and stuff like that to be having fun, like, for real. But anyway, so I graduated in 2018 or whatever. So I went to Goldie Beacom in Delaware. A lot of people, when I say Goldie Beacom, they be like, what the fuck is that? This, that, and the third. But it's like, Goldie Beacom was like, it wasn't as like, we had our good times and we had like a boring period. Like, but don't get it twisted. Like, when we turned up, we turned up. But it was like, you had to be with your right little clique or whatever. And me, I had like, my fault, I was eavesdropping with my nurse. But I had like a good little clique, like, for real. Like, I was, a lot of people like me or whatever. I was cool with a lot of people. Like, I had like my few little cliques or whatever, and people there were like real cool or whatever. So I'm gonna get into like when I first went. Okay, so I'm gonna just, y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it or whatever. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this yet, but just know y'all gonna get it with the thumbnail. Y'all gonna see by this thumbnail or whatever. So basically, right, I was fucking with this boy and we was like in a toxic relationship. Like, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to say I was like real. I'm not going to say I had my flaws, okay? I didn't know I was tongue-tied a little bit. Like, I had my flaws or whatever, but he definitely had his flaws or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, the thing people be having it fucked up is like, they be friends with a person or like family, like for example, like they be like, oh, like my son will never do that, or like my cousin will never do that, or whatever. But you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do because you're not in a relationship with him. Like, you know him as a family. I mean, you know him as a cousin or like as a son. You don't know him as like being in a relationship with him or something like that. Like, you know him as a friend. I hate when people do that. Like, you don't know what somebody can do. Like, for real. Like, never put nothing past nobody, period. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't put nothing past nobody because you never know. But anyway, so I was fucking with this boy or whatever. I had my flaws or whatever. Like, maybe I didn't have to curse him out how I did and stuff like that, and maybe like that was like a trigger point or whatever. But I don't give a fuck because one thing for certain, two things for sure, is you're not going to talk to me like you run me. Like, that's number one. And I hate when people throw stuff in my face. Like, if you gonna do something for me, do something because you wanted to do it. Don't do something to think that later on you're gonna throw it in my face when we get an argument. Like, that shit will really pop me. Like, don't do that. So me and him was like real toxic in a way. Like, when we was cool, but we was toxic or whatever, and it got toxic to the point where me and him used to tussle or whatever, and then it got real bad to the point like he really used to put his hands on me, and like I got turned off. Like, I really got turned off to the point where I stopped having intercourse with him. So when I stopped having intercourse with him, I started doing me, and I just started using him for what I wanted to use him for. And y'all, that might sound bad, but like, fuck it. Like, we live and we learn or whatever. But that's really what I did. Like, I got my lick back in a way, because even though he ain't cheat on me, nigga, you was putting your hands on me and you was trying to put me down in a way. So it's like, what? Like, nigga, I don't fucking want you like that. Like, you're not fucking me. Like, what? Like, no, that's not what's about to go on. So basically, right, I had my little group of friends or whatever, and we gonna call this nigga Suge Knight or whatever. Since I can't say his real name, we gonna call him Suge Knight, because that's really what he was to me, Suge Knight. So basically, I had my little group of friends or whatever, and we gonna call them the City Girls, because that's really what they was. So I had my little group of college friends or whatever, and they was older than me. Like, I was a freshman, they was probably like juniors. So they telling me like, yo, little sis, like, come out or whatever. We going out, this, that, and the third. I'm like, where we going? They like, we going to a probate or whatever. So mind you, I don't know what the fuck a probate is. I'm like lost. I'm like, a probate, like, what the fuck is a probate? Like, whatever. So they like, it's fun. They like, it's hard to explain, just come out, we gonna get lit or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, fuck it. I get off work, I get dressed or whatever. I put on my cute little outfit, my one two, because it like dress up or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I get in the car. I'm like, where we going? There, like Lincoln. So I'm like, okay. So if you know, like, Lincoln get lit for real. Like, shout out to y'all, because Lincoln really get lit, and that's the first HBCU. So yeah, so shout out to Lincoln for real. So we get there or whatever. So they explained to me what a probate is or whatever. I'm like, who to probate for? They're like the Qs or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So mind you, I don't know nothing about fraternities. Like, I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just like there, so, or whatever. So they know about it because they've been in college for like a little bit or whatever. So they have friends that are in fraternities, sororities, this, that, and the third. I don't know nothing. I'm lost. So I'm just like, okay, we're here to have fun. Day is always here for a good time or whatever. So I'm just like, whatever. So we go to Lincoln or whatever. Like, when I tell you, it was fucking heads, it was heads. And when I tell you, it was just niggas left and right. that looked fucking good. I was just like, yo, like, this is like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory full of niggas. Like, for real, I was lost to words. So I'm just like, all right, like, dang, I'm talking to myself in my mind, like, listen, bitch, you gotta stay on your P's and Q's. Like, if a nigga try to talk to you and you want them, act like you don't want them, like, for real. Like, we gotta play hard to get. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, for real. Act stuck up in a way, but don't act too stuck up. As if, like, ill. Like, don't act like the ill stuck up. Act like you stuck up. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. The girls get it. The girls that get it. So, we get there or whatever. And the city girls know everybody. Like, they know everybody that was in the probate, this, that, and the third. So it's like they're locked in with the Q's or whatever. Like, they know everybody. So the Q's like, who that, talking about me, this, that, and the third. They like, chill, that's my little sis or whatever, chill on her. She not like that, this, that, and the third. So I'm sitting, I'm shy or whatever. So I'm acting shy, mind you. Like, everybody that know me know I'm not shy. Like, I'm outgoing as fuck. But like, that day I was shy because I guess like it was just like a bunch of people I didn't know. Like, it was just all these dogs. There was a lot of tongues sticking out. I was just like, yo, like, it's a lot going on. Like, I don't know, or whatever. So, like, I was just like sitting there acting like, you know, like, just like this person that I wasn't. Like, I was just sitting there. So I'm sitting there on my phone or whatever. I probably was texting my friends like, y'all, bitch, like, I wish y'all was with me, this, that, and the third. So they come up to me, they like, well, some of them was coming up to me, they like, what's your name, like, where you from, this, that, and the third, what school you go to, what grade you in, this, that, and the third. They like, freshman. I was like, I'm like, no, not freshman, because that's not me. Like, no, you're wrong, you damn motherfucker wrong, because that's not me. And y'all not about to call me fresh meat, because no, like, I don't give a fuck who y'all are. No, not fresh meat. So basically, we're going fast forward. So then there was this guy or whatever, and he like called me at hello. Like, for real, like, he was so motherfucking fine. Like, he was like muscular, like, he was just fine, like, or whatever. So we gonna call him Caribbean. No, we gonna call him the island or whatever, because like, he was just the island. Like, he was just the island or whatever. But y'all gonna see how the story just like switched, because it was just like a major switch, and I was just so weird. So that whole night, me and the island was just like talking, we was vibing. He was the only one that was like cool, because all the other guys was just like, they was just like a little too cocky for me. Like, they was not cocky, but they was just like, I don't know, like, like, you doing too much. You ever met like a nigga or whatever that was just like doing too much, like, like, you trying a little bit too hard, this, that, and the third. So they was trying to give me liquor, I guess, like they little signature drink, this, that, and the third. I kind of wasn't feeling it, because I didn't know what they was putting in it. Like, it wasn't for me. I was just like, like, I'm gonna stick with my little Hennessy, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna smoke my little blunt, but I'm not drinking y'all juice, because y'all not ready to have me fucked up in somebody's dorm room. Like, I was not trusting it. So, boom. So, we leave at like 4 in the morning, me and my city girls. So, we get in the car. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know where y'all just had me, but we gotta go back. Like, I was loving it. So at this point, Suge Knight is a dub, y'all. Like, I'm like over him, like, completely. I'm just like, yo, like, bye. Like, you're a dub. I'm using you for strictly what I need you for, but like, you're literally a dub. Like, I found something new. Matter of fact, I want to transfer. Like, you're literally a dub. You might not never see me again, type shit. So I tell my girls, I'm like, listen, when we going back? Because the ride ain't nothing. Like, we're at Goldie and Wilmington. Lincoln is not far. Like, bye. It's only in PA. I forget where exactly in PA it was, but it wasn't far at all. It was like maybe like a good 45 minutes to hour drive. It wasn't far. So I'm like, we could definitely take this ride whenever. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll pitch you for gas. Matter of fact, I'll drive. Like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm like, when we going back, they like next weekend, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right. So fast forward to next weekend or whatever, we goes back. It's the same vibe or whatever. Mind you, I definitely got on my ones or whatever. I don't want to see the islands. I'm like, all right. No, I see the island there, but I'm like, I'm not ready to act like a little groupie or whatever, because my city girls already told me how these niggas are or whatever. So I'm like, oh, so a lot of girls be on their top. I'm not about to be one of them or whatever. So when I see them or whatever, I'ma just act like I don't see them, and I'ma let them see me. Like, you feel me? The girls that get it can get it or whatever, because like, girls, we don't want to be one of them or whatever. And guys don't, like, when you do that with guys or whatever, then they start acting like real cocky or whatever. Like, no, like we not doing that. So it was like this little barbecue joint on a base and stuff. Like, I don't know, like everybody was like on a base and stuff like that. And it was like a lot of people there or whatever. It was like one of them. So I was there with my girls. And you know, I was drinking, I was dancing a little bit, then I seen the islands, and he peeped me or whatever, and he was just like, let's go for a ride, this, that, and the third, I'm gonna show you around the campus. So that's what we did or whatever. His car was nice or whatever. Oh, I had to check out the little ride, and I just like the way he was talking to me. He had a lot going for him on his shoulders, stuff like that or whatever. So I was just like, oh, like this is the type of nigga I want. Like he's like real goal oriented and stuff like that. He asking me what I wanted to do at the time. I wanted to be a lawyer. Like everybody know I wanted to be a lawyer, this, that, and the third. So he was talking to me about it, this, that. He asked me how college is, everything. So yeah, boom. So we was filling each other out. So one thing I liked about him is that he did not try me at all. Like the only thing he did when I left was hug me. Like he didn't try to kiss me. He didn't try to do nothing. Like no touchy feely, nothing that. So I was just like, oh, he real cool for that, because I hate guys that first get to know you. Like don't do too much. Like I hate the guys that be trying to touch you and do too much or whatever. Like don't do that. Like I don't like all that. So basically he didn't try to do none of that. So he was real cool for that or whatever. So fast forward to like 2 weeks later. So they had, like, mind you, me and him was texting or whatever. So Suge Knight was really a dub. Like, if I didn't say that previously in a video, Suge Knight was really like a fucking dub. Like I was like really over him. Like I was just like, oh, like you really turned me off. Like I'm into the islands. Like bye. Like for real, I'm on to something new. Like bye. So like I was at the point where I didn't even want Suge Knight touching me. Like bye. If it wasn't about the money or anything else, like goodbye, for real. Like for real. Like the only reason why I really wasn't cutting him off is because it was like really beneficial for like my friends and me. Like it was just a lot going on in college, and he was just beneficial in certain ways that it was just like it was a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna have a story time about that too, but it's just not the right story time. So basically, fast forward 2 weeks later after that. So basically, like the island and his little group, whatever, his frat group had like a little thing in Delaware, in Dover. So my girls, the city girls, I'm telling them like, listen, like y'all each got a man that's part of the frat. If not, they're like in with the group or whatever, so they all gonna be down there. If not, they're gonna be in Delaware, and each of them want to see y'all. So listen, y'all, we gotta pull this off, because I'm trying to get in it, like for real. Like he's turning me on by the fact that he's not trying to touch me, do none of that. But I want to touch him. Like, at this point, I want to touch him. Like, I want to see, I want to do something. Like, I at least want to see what it's for, like, for real. Like, I would do something. I'm telling them, like, listen, like, I gotta get in there. And they telling me, like, listen, we want you to get in here because he looks good. And he's a good boy or whatever. They're telling me like that. He's a good boy, this, that, and the third. He's this, he's that, they're piping. So I'm like, listen, like, I'm trying to get in it too. Like, y'all see what he look like? Like, I'm trying to get in it. Like, for real, I don't give a fuck. So, this is where all hell broke loose, y'all. Like, y'all gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it was like all good to be true. Like, listen, like, for real. So, basically, y'all, we did end up going to Dover, right? So they dropped me off probably around like 6-7 o'clock, this, that, and the third. He had like this nice hotel, whatever, because he was staying with like all these people from his frat or whatever. So he had his own hotel, whatever. I ended up staying with him. And you know what I'm trying to get into. Like, I'm trying to get right into it or whatever. So we laying down, we was doing stuff at night time or whatever. So we end up, the time where it was time to go to sleep or whatever, we was watching TV and stuff. We cuddling just at the third. I'm looking at him, looking at me. I'm like, yo, like, I'm not trying to cuddle, like, for real. Like, fuck, like, what's cuddling? Like, I'm trying to get in your, it's like, I want to see what you're working with. Like, I want to see, like, I never had island, you know, stuff before. So I want to see what that be about. So, y'all, like, I was so irked. So, listen, so basically, like, we trying to get into it, this, that, and the third. So I pull it out. Like, I'm initiating everything. Like, I'm being the aggressor. Like, I want this. Like, for real. Like, I want this. Like, I want to see what it feel like. I want to see what it's about. I want to see all that. Like, I want to see this, that, and the third. So I pull it out, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to get in it. I'm trying to put it in, this, that, and the third. So he gets hard, all that stuff. But it's like, y'all, he didn't know how to work it. Like, he didn't know what to do with it. So you got all this meat and you don't know how to work it. Yo, Day was so sad. Day was sad. Like, you got all this meat and you don't know how to cook it. You don't know how to whip it up in the kitchen. Like, what? Like, huh? Like, where they do that at? What? Yo, I was so sad. I was about to cry. Like, first of all, like, you don't know how to stroke or nothing. Like, you just put it in and let it sit there. Like, what you think it's going to just cook itself? Like, what? I'm confused. So I was completely turned off. Like, I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to do it yourself. Do it myself. Like, you know, I'm trying to do, like, I'm trying to explain to y'all what I'm trying to do. But it just wasn't, like, working. Like, I'm just really trying to, like, get in there, y'all. And it just wasn't working. Like, it just was horrible, y'all. It was just so bad that I just stopped. I just ended up cuddling. So I was so sad for the rest of the night. Like, so sad. I ended up going to sleep or whatever. So the next morning, he like, you want breakfast? I'm like, no. Like, no breakfast. Like, no, none of that. I just want to go home. I called my city girls or whatever. They can pick me up. I get in the car. I'm like, y'all, stop at Dunkin' Donuts. They like, he ain't feed you. I'm like, y'all, just stop at Dunkin' Donuts. So we get to Dunkin' Donuts. I order my food, this, that, and the third. They in the car talking about their night. They had a fantastic night. Like, their shit was like a fairy tale come true. So they're hype as shit. So I'm sitting there. Mind you, I'm in the front passenger seat. I'm sitting there. They looking at me like, bitch, like, you're not going to talk about your night. Like, what's up? Like, what's wrong with you? So I'm eating or whatever. Y'all, I'm mad as shit. I'm like, y'all, My night was super ass. Like, I just want to go home and go to sleep and, like, dush. Like, I'm irked. Like, I just wasted everything. I'm sitting here cheating on Suge Knight. I don't even cheat for real. And I'm fucking cheating. Like, I'm cheating. Risking my fucking life. Being sneaky, doing this, that, and the third. And this shit is ass. Like, what? I'm cutting him off strictly. And he's blocked. Like, I don't want to have to do it to him. But you're blocked, bro. Like, for real, you cute and all, but you're blocked. Like, come on, bro. You're trash. Like, you went from a 10 to a fucking 2. Like, he's a 10, but he don't know how to rock his dick. Bro, you're a 2. Like, stop. Come on. Like, you got me excited for what? Yo, I thought I was in it for the win, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you I was so sad, and I hope he not watching it. I hope he don't watch my YouTube stuff. But even if he do, he don't know what I'm talking about. Or, like, nobody know what I'm talking about. Like, what? Like, and if he do, I don't care, because I hope you got better, for real. Because that shit really hurt my feelings. Like, I was so fucked up about that. Like, for real. Like, I went back to my dorm, and I was sad. I went right to sleep. I woke up, I was upset, like, for real. Like, that shit was on my mind. Like, yo, that shit was horrible. Like, I was so fucking upset. Like, y'all, like, for real. Like, you was really like a 10. Like, no, matter of fact, you was a 20. Like, 20. I thought we was going 20/20 vision. No, we weren't. Like, bro, like, we was not 20/20 vision. Like, I'm still blind as a bat. Like, you were trash. Like, super trash. You got all that for what? You got all that meat for what? And you can't cook it. You don't know how to cook, bro. Y'all. But yeah, that's my little story time, y'all. Like, that's like a little TED talk or whatever. Like, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe or whatever. Tell me if y'all like these story times, because I got a lot. Like, y'all, when I tell you I got a lot of story times, I have a whole fucking bunch. Like, for real. Like, a whole bunch of story times. Like, but that was just a quick talk or whatever. But I'm out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, show love, support. Follow my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, all that. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me, my sunshine.